The gradient map tool in Affinity looks kind of pointless when you first use it. But if you understand how it works, it's actually an incredibly powerful tool for changing the look of your images. So in this video, let's look at how to use gradient maps most effectively. I'll be using Affinity version 3, but these techniques will work with any of the previous versions of Affinity as well. I'm in Affinity and I have this black and white image here. Let me add a gradient map to it. A gradient map is a type of adjustment layer. So I'll click this button here, Adjustments, and I'll add a gradient map. And notice where it appears in the layer stack over here. A gradient map is a type of special layer called an adjustment. I can also click and drag it and apply it to just this layer here, my image. But I only have one layer here, so it doesn't really matter where I put the gradient map. But if you want to isolate the effect to just one layer, you could easily do this here. Now right now this doesn't look terribly useful. But let's first understand what the gradient map is doing, and then we'll look at examples of how to really use it. A gradient map will take a gradient and map it onto a range of values in your image. So if you look at the gradient here, the left side is red. That will map to the dark colors in our image. And indeed, if I turn off the gradient map, notice the dark parts of the image here, her hair, her eyes, kind of the interior of the car there. When I turn the gradient map back on, those parts are red. The green areas will map to the midtones, and the blues will map to the highlights. So the blue is up here. This will be the bright sky. Let's turn off the gradient map. There you can see it's very white up here. And that maps to the white range in the gradient map. Let's look at another example here. On the left, I'll have my original images. Let's apply the gradient map to the images on the right. I have them grouped. I'll just apply the gradient map to the group. So again, you can see what's happening. This linear gradient here is pretty obvious. It's going from black to white. And when I apply the gradient map to it, you're getting red to green to blue. Here's a circular gradient. Red is being applied in the middle at the darkest part. And that's transitioning through green to blue, which is the bright outer edge. And then I have this image down here. Notice how the black part is getting mapped to red over here. I use black and white images just to show the concept a little more clearly, but gradient maps work perfectly well with color images as well. Let's add one to this color image here. Let's add the gradient map. And notice what's happening. This building over here is mostly red now. If I turn off the gradient map, notice it's because it was very dark and black there. The sky is very bright. Let's turn on the gradient map. It's kind of in the middle of the green and the blue. Let's now look at some more realistic examples of how you would use a gradient map. And let's go back to this image here. I'll turn on the gradient map again. And like I said, these default colors aren't really useful, but of course we can change them. So let's give this image a different look and feel. I'll keep the red. Let's change the green. I'll click on the swatch here. Let's make it maybe an orange. And let's change the blue to a yellow. And now you can see I've totally changed the look of my black and white image. It has a totally different color scheme. This could be nice for creating cool graphic design effects. Another trick we could do is add a threshold to it. Let me delete the gradient map. I'll add a threshold adjustment. So I'll click on the adjustments. I'll select threshold. And you can see this adjustment is pretty simple. It just turns my image into black and white. But what if I don't like black and white? What if I want two other colors? Well, I can use a gradient map. Let's close this. I'll add the gradient map. And now I have a two-tone image. I can actually experiment with the colors. I'll delete green because it's not really needed there. There is no midtone. I'll change the red. Maybe I'll make it a dark purple. Maybe I'll change the blue part to a pink. And here we have a pretty cool graphical style image. And in fact, another change we could do is add a blur filter to it. Let me turn these off. With the background selected, I'll click Filters. I'll add a Gaussian blur. And I can make it more blurry. And that will smooth out the threshold adjustment a little bit. Let's zoom in. So this is what happens when I modify the blur effect. The threshold is a little bit smoothed. And you can continue to click on the threshold and adjust that. And of course you can do all this with the gradient map turned on. So let's do that. So it's a completely live effect here. I'll adjust the blur. So it's something that's really useful for graphic design. But the real power of gradient maps comes when we combine them with blend modes. Let's add a gradient map to this image. I'll select gradient map. Now let's again do our warm color scheme. Let's change this to maybe orange. Let's change this part to yellow. And with the gradient map selected, what I can do is change the blend mode. So I'll click on this, and you can just scroll through and see what they look like. There's all sorts of different effects here that you'll get. I always like soft light, but you can experiment with others. So I'll click soft light, and here you can see the effect. Before, after, before, after. And you can also make it less intense by dialing down the opacity of the adjustment. So that's 0%, but I can dial it up somewhere in between. And you can also edit the gradient map in real time to see the effect. Let's experiment with changing the dark part to something cooler, maybe some type of blue. So there we go, we can see the effect happening in real time. And this is essentially the secret behind how your Instagram filters work. Now, if you're looking for some ideas of what colors to use, you can use the built-in adjustments that come with Affinity. Let me delete this gradient map here. To see the pre-made adjustments, go to the window option, select Pixel, and then choose Adjustment. And this is a list of the adjustments that have pre-existing settings. So I'll scroll down, I'll go to Gradient Map, and here we have some predefined filters. I'll click on them, and you can see the different effect they are having. So there's definitely some cool pre-made ones here you can experiment with. Note that some of them have a changed blend mode and opacity. So this one here, bleached, it was set to soft light. And by the way, this is another place where you can set the blend mode at the bottom right corner of the gradient map. This Dreamy Haze one has the opacity set to 50%, but you can always modify them as you like. Let's try the bleached effect. So this is before, after, before, after. And by the way, one other effect that goes well with gradient maps often is the vignette effect. This will slightly darken the corners of your image. This is going to be a live filter, so you click on the filters down here. Select vignette, and then to give you an extreme example of how it works, if I dial down the exposure, it darkens the corners like so. But you can go and tweak it as you like. This is something where you just want to have a subtle effect. You don't want people to really notice it, but it'll just kind of influence the feel of your image. So here I've modified the vignette, before, after, before, after. And now you basically know the secret of how Instagram filters work. If there are any Affinity tutorials you want to see, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.